We are black and beautiful people, and together we will win.
Today, we're going to bring in our brother, our brother, Mr. Dave Gilmore, to address our Kwanzaa forum today. Look at the walk, look at him walk, look at him walk, look at his walk. We got to watch him walk down the aisle. Look, yeah, I'm a boss. You know, say something about me, I talk about you in public. I don't care. I don't bite my tongue. I'll put it in the newspaper too.
Sure will.
Oh, I didn't see you coming down. Nah.
Good evening, family. Good evening, family. Good evening. All right. Listen, I'm truly honored and blessed to be here today to share some of my thoughts with you this evening. And I'm going to stay within my tradition. Some of y'all might not like what I say. But that's not going to stop me from saying it. Because you do have to stand up. You do have to be vocal. And I pride myself on being a teacher. I'm not an educator, proper, but I'm a teacher. I'm a parent, I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a family member, I'm a member of this community. And I come to you today to say that under Kwanzaa, help me with that. I can't get it right.
You got it. All right.
Self-determination is so important. And what does it mean? It means different things to different people, but I'm going to tell you what it means to me. In this community, in this time, we are in trouble. As a people, as a community, and we have to wake up. In order for us to be self-determined, we have to be self-aware. We have to know what's going on and the plan for us to fail. And we're not planning for success. We're following the plan. And if we continue to go where we're going, our future is very dim. Their future is very dim. We have no future if we don't invest in ourselves, in our community, in who we are and what we are. Let's look at some of those things that I'm talking about. The educational system is failing us. We are failing all the way around. 19 students out of 600 passed the SAT for college readiness. Where you going without a college education today? You're going to jail because you're going to have to work somewhere, and it's probably going to be on a street corner. Street corner is not turning anybody away. That's what they're doing. But the underground economy is not just illegal things. There's other things that you can do in the underground economy. You can be an entrepreneur, but you have to know how to spell. You have to know how to read. You have to know how to count before you get out there and try to do anything, or somebody's going to rob you. You understand? You have to learn how to interact with people. You need your social skills tuned up when you go to school. At the earliest age, whether it be Head Start through college, you still have to know how to interact with people. So the school system is failing. And we're not holding those people in the school system responsible to make it better. We're not going to the Board of Education meetings unless there's some kind of a crisis or something that happens. But you should be there all the time. All the time. How do we do that? I'm just not going to preach to you and talk at you today. I'm going to encourage you to start your own study groups in our community, in somebody's basement. You can do that. When we come together and learn something, get an SAT study book. I was so encouraged to see a little girl not too many weeks ago with her SAT book in the store, sitting down at the table studying her book. I'm encouraged. But then I get discouraged when I see the other ones doing something else. We have to take charge of that. We have no jobs. You have to make your own job and your own opportunity for success. We need some of those same ideals and principles to go back and create study groups. How do you open up a business? How do you come together and get access to capital? How do you go downtown and get to the PRC where there's millions of dollars sitting there that we don't have access to? We're not doing that. Who are we sitting with to understand where this money is and how to get it? Somebody told me the other day, they rebuilt that liquor store over there on Graham Ave. Carol's, where is it? Godwin? I know it's Graham Ave. It's Rosa Parks, but I know Graham Ave. They rebuilt that liquor store. They said, well, why didn't they put something else there? Why don't you have a plan to put other stores there? Where were you when they did the master plan? They have a thing called the master plan. They went around to every ward to figure out what it is we needed to do in our community in terms of the master plan. Where were you? You have to be involved. You just can't sit back and wait for somebody else to do it. You're falling into their plan for your failure. When they brought you here, you being us, during the Industrial Revolution, to work these factories, they built schools so that you could be a smarter worker. But then the jobs left. Now you're left here with no jobs, schools are deteriorating, and they have nothing for you to do. So what do? They built prisons. They built prisons to house you and work you for nothing. But you let them do that. You have to challenge people to your greatness. You have to get out in the community and do things. Why are these kids not going to school or not getting education? Because mom and daddy won't make them go. They see no future. There's no hope. But with opportunities like this, where we can come together and talk about planning for the future and putting together some things that can help us move forward, this is what we must do. We can't allow these things to continue to happen with us without responding to it. And so that's what I do. I talk about it. You know, Shambe said it. I mean, I talk about people all the time. I don't care if they don't like me. You see? I don't care. Because somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to stand up. Because as many as don't like me, many love me. A lot of people understand what I'm saying. And somebody's got to say it. I'm not afraid. Some of them are afraid. They cringe when I come in the room. When I call them a coon shuffler. Because that's what they are. Coon shuffling when it comes to standing up for our people and for our children and so forth and demanding better for us. You just can't stand around and let it happen. You know, I'm proud of Rashawn and some of the other brothers and those that can go out in the street and talk to folk, you know, but that has not been my forte. Because I did go to school. I ran programs and agencies and brought money and grants and this and that. That's what I do. I'm an administrator. That's what my best opportunity is, to help people and try to help you put together programs and documentation and so forth, whatever, to apply and do things within the process. Because you can't work but so much done outside. You have to be on the inside to get things done. That's where I work. And it's very frustrating to me seeing people not stepping up to do what it is they're supposed to do. Elected officials, people that look like us, that don't do anything for us, but get newer cars and better suits, look down their nose at you, and get these paychecks for no product, nothing happening. Patterson shouldn't be in the position it's in today as much money comes through here. People are getting rich off of our poverty. That's what they do. They come in here, for instance, and I'm not calling nobody's name right now, but they come in here and they make the applications for all the grants and the research and planning and so forth and so on. And what do? They have you sign an attendance list. Put your email address on there. Sign your name. Do you know what they do with that? They take that back and put it in the checkoff list for community participation. And they get the money and you never see them again. That's what they do. They're using you. And what do? Give you a ham sandwich. And you're supposed to be happy. Nobody's challenging it. Challenging. They come here all the time. Planning grants. They got $10 million planning grant for transportation and housing and so forth and so on. You're not getting anything for it. This is what we need to do. So how many times are we going to stand around, and again, I love this opportunity, that we're here, but what do we do from here? What do we do from here? I think after this or whatever, we should have some kind of a sign-up sheet or something for us to break out into different groups to say, where are your interests? Where do your interests lie? We need jobs, but we can create jobs. If we don't do something about it, the jobs will be gone and we won't have anything. Right now, there's talk about the 1,200 houses. I'm only going to be another minute. The 1,200 or more houses that are vacant and abandoned in the city. As much as they're a blight on our community, how you look at them and say, ain't that a shame? Why is there somebody saying, what an opportunity? What an opportunity for us. With all this training money that comes in, and that's available at PCC, or the Housing Authority, or the Community Development Block Grant, or HUD, and all those other places where those monies can be combined to create training programs for our youth, our underserved, our unemployed, our people coming out of prison. Why can't they be the ones to fix those houses? Why can't they be turned around and then given in first-time home ownership programs, or leased to buy, or rented, or owned by the community, or owned by the church, or owned by another not-for-profit? Why can't we take some of those houses and create satellite libraries or internet cafes so that you can get into the internet when some of these kids and some of these families don't have a computer? You see what I'm saying? I got one in my pocket. I got a tablet. I got a desktop. I got a laptop. But there's a lot of folks don't have anything. They need access. You don't know what kind of genius is walking around without access. But you have to give them the opportunity. And if we're not doing it, shame on us. Because we're falling into the plan. There is no plan for us. We're just excess right now. Excess. The workforce is gone. The jobs are gone. They're not coming back. We have to create our own opportunities. We have to become entrepreneurs. Self-determination is defining what it is you want and how to get there. But you first have to be self-aware. Know your condition. And know that there's a lot of folks that are not planning for your success, but to your failure. And that's what I talk about. And some of them look like you. Some of them look just like you. And that's what they don't like for me to say. But I'm going to say it anyway. They look just like you. As long as they can get a paycheck. They don't care. And you have to know that. And you have to be aware. Self-determination. Define your own future. I'm Dave Gilmore. Thank you very much.
Give Brother Dave another hand.
He will.
Just remember that traders, agents, and those that go against the positive aspirations of our people never prosper in the end. Never prosper while they're doing it. Let me just say that. When that other side recruits you to go against your people, he never respects you, right? How can I respect someone who goes against their own people?
That's right. That's right.
So when he, exactly, right? So when he finishes with you, you're done in the garbage, right? I just had to say that on top of what Brother Gilmore said, right? So here's the thing. Are you ready?
We are black and beautiful people. And together we will win.